Plumbing, by the Horizon League, by Indiana Physical Therapy, by Nathan Begley of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's insurance together. By Intangible, by the Old Fort Baseball Company, by Peter & Brothers, by SI Design, by Social Cantina, by Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Eurostyle Basketball Academy. Check out unrnkd.com, and by Wabash College. Schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. Jan Bozier will join me eventually, but to start this game, let's get a little time in between contests. The founder of Get 8 Sports, the man behind this event, is Josh Rattray, who joins us now. Josh, congratulations on the inaugural edition of this game.
Thank you. It's been a labor of love. Everyone who knows the state of Indiana knows how important this sport, high school basketball, is to our culture. So, for us to be able to contribute to that in a positive way and give something memorable to fans and players, we're all about it.
You have spent 20 years now working in and around the sports industry in the state of Indiana. Butler alum, spent time at Ball State, spent time with Genius Sports, have now founded your own company. Why was this kind of the proper time and venue to do something like this Breakaway Holiday Classic?
Yeah, I thought it was about kind of giving a little refresh to high school basketball in Indiana. I thought it was an interesting idea to be able to give it a push and show some of the people something new. A lot of different entertainment options out there now. Back then, single class, right? Used to just roll the ball out and count the money. So, I think you have to be a little bit more aggressive and take a big swing, and so we're going to show people what's possible.
One of the things that I know that you're able to target is some businesses that do business in the area that we call #Midtown, to use the Query and Schultz terminology. Hope Plumbing, that specializes in this area, and Social Cantina, which has restaurants all across central Indiana, but just opened up a new location just up the street.
I tell you what,
46th and College.
Yesterday I tried to go to Social Cantina at 46th and College. Packed, nowhere to park. I couldn't even go. I tried to go to I tried to patron my great partner Social Cantina, sold out. Couldn't park.
Thanks to the folks at Finney Hospitality and Chris Martin, by the way, for their support of multiple venues here on the ISC Sports Network. I had a similar situation on Thursday as well. There was a monsoon that was involved on Thursday night when I tried to go. What's the feedback you've gotten from teams, ADs, et cetera, about this so far?
Well, I think everyone's been complimentary. Parents. So for those who don't know, our economics. So I spent 17 years in the college game. I'm bringing that model to the high school game, and what that is supporting athletic departments directly. It's fun promotions, dogs catching frisbees. We got quiz games at halftime. It's a little bit more than who's playing and what the score is. It's an entertainment property. When the kids play, and they're done, they get a shirt and they get fed by Social Cantina in the locker room. So that's an experience that I'm not sure anybody else has. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know everybody in town, but
I can't think of Social Cantina in the locker room after the game. That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty good. And so they've been a great partner. But I think that the coaches and the ADs have loved this, and the Lures kids, when they got here pretty early, 2 hours before tip, and they had their cell phones out, they're taking videos, and they're saying words I can't say on TV, but they were complimentary.
Darn, this is impressive.
They said, shucks, this is a pretty good place.
Good
and but you know what? Here's the thing, Greg. Unless you make the final game, you got 2 teams in each class get
Correct.
A big-time neutral site game in Indy, in the city, with video boards and sponsors, and you have to make the final game. If you don't make the final game, we've got 300 other schools who can have a memorable experience.
To find out more about your company, what's the best way to follow social media, website, et cetera?
Well, it's probably to hit me up on LinkedIn, Josh Rattray, Rattry, but get8sports.com, GET8 sports.com. I named it that because if you ever do 8 push-ups, you'll feel great. 9, you might be out of breath and be pretty tired. But you do 8 push-ups.
8 is the limit, huh?
I'm going to do 8 push-ups before this last game because this last game is going to be really great.
Sounds good, my friend. Thanks for having us aboard the inaugural trip. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Josh Rattray can kind of join us here between games. We'll take this quick timeout. Jan Bozier comes back. He and I will not be doing 8 push-ups. We're still fired up about Avon and Harrison. That's yours next on ISC and My Indy TV.
You know, Wabash is a school for people who are serious about reaching their full potential. If you really want to be challenged, you really want to reach your goals, you really want to take the road less traveled, if you're the kind of person that wouldn't have it any other way, we have a culture here where people outwork and outlove every day. And if that's what you're looking for, then we're your place.
We've been using Hope for years for our plumbing. Everybody who comes out is always super fun, friendly, helpful. And now that they are Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and they offer both HVAC and plumbing, it's a one-stop shop, a mom of 5 kids, makes my life so much easier.
You may not think much about unclogging a drain. To us, it's sort of an art, a mastery. We take on that clog with zest, strength, and intelligence to make sure your pipes are flowing and your home is as safe as possible. We're basically superheroes.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Welcome back to the Corteva Coliseum. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier making his way back to our broadcast location. We got about 12 minutes before tip-off of Avon and Harrison to wrap up a full day of basketball here on the ISC Sports Network in the second half of our boys doubleheader on My Indy TV 23. Let's tell you about the Harrison Raiders. Harrison comes in at 5-0, having beaten their rivals McCutcheon for a second time over the course of the last 15 days. They play them always kind of in mid-December as their regularly scheduled game. And then they have their game in the Hoops Classic to kick off the season. That was back on December the 5th. And Harrison last year won a sectional for the first time since 1999. Only problem was they ran into Fishers in the regional, and that did not go well for the Raiders. Now, they then graduated their top 6 scorers off of last year's team. However, they get a pretty influential transfer to join them. Brody Baker makes the move from McCutcheon to Harrison, and the 6-foot junior is leading the Raiders in points at 16.5 points per contest. Jan Bozier rejoins us now, and obviously defense has been the story for Harrison. Going into last night's game against McCutcheon, Jan, they've been allowing 34 points per game.
Yeah, that's tops in the state, in the top 5 in the state, and especially, you know, the first 5 or 6, 7 opponents are certainly ones that they have dominated, aren't near the level that they're going to get to, but you fine-tune your defense early, and then you can win a lot of games as that offense continues to peak.
It seems fitting that Harrison played their biggest rival last night before playing this game. That's exactly what Avon did too. They played at Brownsburg and they lost that one. And the Orioles are now 1-3. Jedediah Manette is their leading scorer on the season. Yeah, they thought it'd be kind of a 1-2 punch they would have. Carrion Berry was going to play for the Indiana Junior All-Stars this summer. During the summer, he left to go the prep school route. So now it's Avon that brings back Manette, but almost everybody else was kind of a role player, a fringe roster player. And they've got a brand new head coach as well. Corey Taylor comes in for Drew Schaus, who is now the man in charge of the Kokomo program. So it's an Avon team that's still kind of figuring things out here early in the season.
Yeah, they certainly have the potential, I think, if they can get things dialed in. Now, the game we've seen at Plainfield, at least I've seen, Manette got in foul trouble early, so they found out in a real hurry what it's like without him on the court. But, Greg, I thought when he was in the court and the offense went through him, they can be pretty good.
Avon beat Tech their last game before last night. That was a 64-56 win. Their losses all to quality teams. Plainfield by 15 a game that you and I had their season opener from the 26th. A 6-point loss to Hamilton Southeastern. And again, that loss to Brownsburg by 10 a night ago. And again, these two schools, well, for the better part of 15 years, they were conference rivals.
Yeah.
But they have not played one another really for more than a decade. And for Harrison, they've got a chance to end a pretty long losing streak. They have lost their last 10 meetings against the Orioles. The last time they won, 2003. Again, the last time they played was 2013. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We'll come back with Jan's keys to victory for each of these two teams. It's Harrison, it's Avon, it's yours in less than 10 minutes as you're watching an ISC in my Indy TV 23.
At Peterman, we are raising the bar for home service. We host classes nearly every working day, with thousands of hours of training invested in our field professionals each year. So you know when Peterman shows up, you're about to receive expert care. The holidays are already stressful enough, so when it comes to peace of mind for your home, trust Peterman to get it done. And for a limited time, get a free furnace from us. Visit PetermanHVAC.com for details and to schedule.
Back inside the Corteva Coliseum, Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you. Both teams in the locker room getting ready to hop back on the floor to ready for this battle heading into the holiday season. Harrison has a bit of a break after this game. They don't play again until January the 2nd, while Avon will be in action in Bloomington South tournament next Saturday, a 4-team, 2-game affair. Let's get right to keys. Jan, what are you thinking about for each of these two teams to be successful tonight?
Well, you've already highlighted Baker and Manette. They're going to be crucial today. Both these ball clubs need offense, and those are kind of the go-to guys. Tempo, when you put tempo, the key is the game. Immediately people go, slow it down. No, that's not what I mean by tempo at all. When I talk about tempo, it's what do you play good at? If you go too fast for what you can do, that's a bad tempo. If a tempo is you want to do transition, that's a good tempo. So a tempo that the offenses are productive is what we're shooting for there. Three-point shooting could be a difference here. Harris shoots it a little bit better than Avon. We've seen Avon early. They certainly played games since then, but they almost they did shoot themselves out of the game against Plainfield early because they did not hit the threes.
Manette is capable of going off at any time for Avon from a three-point standpoint. But the fact that this young Harrison team, and again, they really are, Henshin and Clary, both were kind of the end of the rotation last year for Harrison. And again, Baker has seen extensive varsity experience, albeit another school. Everybody else, though, is basically brand new for this Harrison group. And again, going into last night's game, they were shooting 39% from three-point range and were making 8 threes a game. And now, Jan, the question becomes, how does that translate to a larger venue like this one at the Corteva Coliseum?
That's a great question. Obviously, we highlighted in game one the longer floor. The first thing that goes is shootings when your legs get a little tired. Longer floor, get tired a little quicker, so that could be a problem. If they hit them early, it may not be a problem. And sometimes the floor may not bother them at all. We'll wait to see. But what I want to see out of Avon is that they've gotten better. They've now played 4 games. Where are they now in game 5? New coach you highlighted, a lot of new players. They need to start gelling right now in game number 5.
Harrison last year won 19 games. Last year Avon won 20. Again, lots of changes. Maybe the outlook a little bit better for the Raiders as we speak. We'll take a quick 1-minute timeout. We'll come back with starting lineups and opening tip-off from the Corteva Coliseum as you're watching the Breakaway Holiday Classic here on ISC and My Indy TV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
Oh, there we go, baby.
Oh, my God.
Race to the other end, and he punches it down.
Lock in.
Takes it in.
Little energy, little.
Not the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. Just. Still going. Throws
Teams heading back to their benches to get ready for opening half of this one. I mentioned Avon will be in action next Saturday when they head down to Bloomington for a pair of games. Harrison is off until the weekend of January the 2nd and 3rd, and Harrison's trip is kind of indicative of kind of the travels that the Raiders kind of have to put together these days. They're in a unique scheduling agreement with the Sagamore Athletic Conference, and it is currently they, McCutcheon, Danville, and Lebanon. Terre Haute South and Terre Haute North are joining that league. Danville is exiting that league. So I bring that up. Harrison's going to play in Lawrenceburg's holiday tournament next weekend. They have games in the region. They have games in Indianapolis. They have a game in Warsaw. They probably traverse the state. You know, there's schools like kind of like Jeffersonville and South Bend Riley, the way you see a lot in the Indianapolis area. Harrison might be up there amongst the mileage leaders this year for games they'll play across the state.
Well, listen, again, that's a different type of education, but it certainly helps you prepare for the long haul of this season.
And sometimes, you know, from an enrollment standpoint, you're kind of on an island. Maybe they and McCutcheon have outgrown the North Central Conference a bit. You know, clearly for many years they kind of struggled to keep up in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference here in the Indianapolis area. So to some degree on a bit of an island along with McCutcheon, which means they come down this way. We saw them last year on this date against Zionsville. They'll play them later in the season as well. On the season, the Raiders 49% from the floor, 39% from three, 71% from the free throw line, averaging 15.5 assists, 11.5 turnovers, and just shy of 12 steals a game. This Avon team rated number 59 in the Sagarin ratings going into last night's game against Brownsburg. Starting five have been introduced for the Raiders for the Orioles. Alonzo Smith, Isaiah Mayberry, Jedediah Manette, William Clore again. He's kind of an end of the rotation player last year. And Preston Miller rounds out the starting five. No Tyrone Elmore tonight. Looks like he is out due to injury for Avon. So again, they're struggling a little bit at this point in time, just trying to make all the pieces fit. Lights go back on the starting five for Harrison. Brady Henshin, Brody Baker, Jack Gonzalez, a returning senior from last season, Jake Schrempf, a 6'3 junior, and Quinn Clary, rounding out the starting five for longtime Harrison head coach Mark Reinhardt in his 15th season. Well, thanks for spending part of your Saturday evening with us. We wrap up the Breakaway Holiday Classic on ISC and MyNDTV, and Manette will track it down for the Avon Orioles.
I think it's important for Avon to really get off to a good start here.
Little zone here by Harrison. Almost a 1-1-3 that'll morph into a 2-3, and again, Avon has struggled at times to shoot from three-point range. Of course, for so many years in the Lafayette area, you're going to play zone. That was the purview of Rick Peckinpah at McCutcheon. He was kind of the state's leader in playing that 3-2 zone back in the day. Jump ball, the arrow will go, the ball will stay here. It'll be Harrison basketball.
Well, Greg, you know the 1 point for Avon is they're scoring just a little under what they did on that 21 season last year. The difference is they're giving up 67. That team gave up 44.
Avon 20-4, and they're in a brutally tough sectional. Avon, Brownsburg, Plainfield, Pike, and BD. It's no easier this year. And Baker will draw most of the defensive assignments. Isaiah Mayberry is shadowing him everywhere he goes.
Pretty good defense, I think, by Avon early.
And Baker on cue hits the triple.
And as soon as I say that, he comes all the way across and nails the three.
And he played in the Indiana Futures All-Star game that we carried an ISC at Fishers back in early June. And his transfer was announced just in the day or days that followed. From the elbow, Miller
There
connects.
you go. Both teams now early, good jump shots.
Miller 8.5 points a contest for the 6'4 junior. Harrison last year 19-7. Backdoor cut for Baker. Good help side defense, but foul is called. Let's see if it's on Mayberry or Manette. Either way, 2 free throws coming up for Brody Baker.
Really good cut on baseline. Said he got him with some arm here. Take a look at the back door right there.
So Baker on the season, 4 of 6 in the line heading into last night's game.
Little body contact. What didn't seem to be a lot, but enough to get the officials' attention.
Harrison has a team 71% from the stripe. Mentioned they won the Hoops Classic to start the year. It's the 4th consecutive year they have won that tournament. That is an 8-teamer that involves all 5 of the Lafayette or Tippecanoe County schools, or the large 5, not Faith Christian. They bring in 3 other schools from around the area every year for that event. Smith fouled on the way up.
Nice look inside by Manette. Got some attention. Drew the defense out. Led with the pass.
Alonzo Smith, 6 points and 4 rebounds a game, just a sophomore. This is the second of 3, maybe 4 times we'll have the Orioles this season on ISC, as we may see them in the Hendricks County Championship on January the 10th. To do that, they would have to win at Plainfield the night before, which will not be an easy task.
No.
Considering they've already lost by 15 to the Quakers.
I think they'd love a second opportunity, though.
And Mayberry hits the 3. Mayberry went 8 of 9 from the floor his first 2 games of the season. Orioles with the early lead, but it is short-lived as Brady Hinchin.
Hinchin, he's just 6'3", but he looks taller than that. He's got nice length.
And he's a senior, 14 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. Came in shooting 58% from the field on the weekend.
Oh, beautiful.
Miller,
got to finish that. Use the glass. Use the glass. Oh, what a pretty pass.
I think he had visions of dunking that when he first caught it and realized, no, it's not going to happen.
I wish he would have.
He does too, Jan.
I hate it when we have a great pass and we don't finish, regardless what team it is.
Powering up as Henshin couldn't get it to finish, but gets the rebound.
Got to get out of there.
Clears the lane in time. Corner 3, no. Baker follows the ball but missed it. And then a foul going against Harrison.
Well, what you like there is Harrison really aggressive on the offensive glass, Greg. Really crashing the boards. Couple extra looks because of it.
Schremp commits the foul.
Take a look. Here's the outside shot. Here's 1. Can't get it to fall. Then here's 2. And there's the foul. But when you play hard like that, good things happen.
Evan Munjak will come in to replace him. Evan, a 6'4 junior, 4 points and 2 rebounds a game. And Baker and Henshin do most of the scoring for Harrison. And again, 1-3-1 is the zone look here for the Raiders.
Best place to get it on 1-3 He's exactly where Avon got it.
2 good looks that would not go and eventually tracked down by Quinn Clary.
Well, if you're going to get that 1-3-1 half-court trap, you got to get a good trap up on the wing or you're vulnerable backside.
The net almost got there. Down the lane and just lost the handle. Was touched by an Avon player. Keep it here.
It's a good no call.
Maybe it was. That might have been a straight turnover.
I like the way both teams are playing. They're getting into defense early, and that's the part of both clubs. Of course, Harrison's been solid giving up points, but I think this is a different level of physicality team that they're playing.
Timeout taken by Avon. It is a 30-second timeout. We will keep it right here. Tonight's game presented in part by Nathan Begley of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. They dedicated Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance agent like Nathan Begley to help guide you through the insurance process. You'll never have to go it alone. Talk to Nathan in person, online, or over the phone at 317-507-7871 or stop by his office at 9821 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Nathan Begley and Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's insurance together.
I like the way both teams come out and got pressure early. Really guarding, getting down, aggressive at the boards. I thought both teams really came out and started this game really physical.
Good solid start for the Raiders, and again, they have opened with Rensselaer Central, McCutcheon, Lafayette, Jeff Danville, and Danville's down by their standards this year. And then back to McCutcheon. Good chance maybe this is the best team that Harrison has seen so far this year.
I think it is. I really think it is. Let me tell you something. Avon is athletic. We've seen at spurts what they can do, and if they can continue just get better and gel and get this offense going, I still believe there's a huge upside to this Avon ball club.
Can you tell that our feed's on the video board tonight? As the cheerleaders realized, hey, that's the camera that we're on television tonight. And it's great for people to be able to see this facility. Jen,
Yeah.
I'm spoiled, having done the
You live
IU
here.
Indy games
Yeah.
when they were here for the better part of 10 years. So I think I hold the new arena record for basketball games called in this building.
You do. Yeah, you should. But, man, I love it here. Absolutely have always loved this facility.
And again, we are playing the 94-foot floor. This is the college floor we're playing on tonight. Midway through the opening quarter. Manette for three, and
Yes,
frankly,
sir.
that's exactly what the offense would look like if you're Avon.
Absolutely. And more importantly, Greg, they've got to go through him. This offense needs to go through him.
So tied at 9. We've got the 2 3-point lines that are down here today. It is the white line, that is the high school line.
Wow.
Tough mid-range shot. But again, there's no bad shot for Baker in this offense.
Very tough shot, but he made it look easy. Really good bounce pass.
Very good chance he is a junior all-star, of which 18 of those get selected this coming summer. Of course, we'll have 4 days of doubleheaders when it comes to Indiana-Kentucky basketball on ISC once we get to June. Mayberry may have gone away with an extra step. Somehow Clore found Manette. Manette does not get that to go, and the rebound corralled by Harrison.
Well, you can see why Harrison holds teams, because they help us about as well as anybody I've seen this year. They get 2 men on the ball almost immediately.
Tough pass that time. First Harrison turnover. Miller lines up a 3 and misses everything, but Mayberry gets the weak side glass. Manette for 3. Manette's already got 1 foul. He's got to be careful.
Yeah,
and again, you referenced it well. We saw what happens when he gets into early foul trouble.
Let's just say it's not a good thing.
3 does not go. Miller, good crash.
But to his credit, Greg, he plays a very physical, intense type of game.
Weaving through traffic as Mayberry could not finish, and Jack Gonzalez wrestles away the rebound.
Man, you get a shot that close, you got to finish.
Called set by Coach Reinhardt. Harrison has been 500 or better for 11 consecutive seasons. If that's Manette, that's 2.
I think it is.
And that's exactly what happened. Riley Crane will come on now for Avon. Miller will have a seat. And we'll see if Avon rolls the dice with Manette, or maybe even they think about going a little zone to protect him.
I would go zone if you're asking me, because I think he has to stay in for a while. You roll the dice here a little bit, because they are a complete different team without him.
He is such a big part of their offense. They're getting the player to the bench, or to the scorer's table now. It might be for Manette. That's Brennan Penrod. Baker off a double screen, and they're going to say that an illegal screen was being set by Harrison.
See if they're going to pull Manette here. And they do.
So Luke Johnson just checked in, a 6'6 sophomore, guilty of the infraction. Second Harrison turnover.
Well, it's 131, so you're going to give him a little extra rest. I don't think we've seen the last of him. I think that's a good call. I didn't realize where the clock was. Wow, that was a fast first quarter.
Part of that is the amount of zone that Harrison plays.
Yeah.
Those games always tend to fly. I saw that in the girls' game between Floyd and McCutcheon this afternoon. Clore's 3 is good.
He's got a nice release.
Well, Avon, again, had not shot the ball well early this year. They've got 4 field goals so far, 3 of them from behind the arc.
That's a really nice-looking shot from way outside.
Up and under. Turns into a pass, turns into a turnover. Where does the offense come from without Manette? Really not one player to key on here. Not currently a double-digit per game score on the floor for the Orioles.
Well, you got a 1-point lead. You're absolutely no hurry. Your star players on the bench. Get a good shot. Be patient right here, Greg.
Does that lead to maybe kind of hanging on to the ball here at the end of the quarter?
Don't do that.
If you're Avon.
Oh,
was tipped. Was tipped.
Listen, if you got a 1-point lead, I would go at the end of the quarter with a 1-point lead. At the least, you get one little look here.
Kind of what I was thinking against a zone as well.
Yeah.
Harrison maybe matching up for that exact reason. Yeah, Harrison has gone man here.
Yeah, and Harrison's extended. Of course, we're clock running right now.
Mayberry trying to free up, and clock is on your screen. On the drive, contested jump shot does not go, and that is the end of the quarter. Avon 12 and Harrison 11. We're back in 60 seconds from the Corteva Coliseum. It's the Breakaway Holiday Classic, and you're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier, thanks to our tremendous ISC Sports Network crew. Wes Wolf, Daryl Tibbs, Eldon Wheeler, Carlos Alarkin, Greg Chardon, and Jordan Shue. One of 4 games currently going on the ISC Sports Network family of games. Frankfurt's at home at Case Arena. Rossville is at Central Catholic. And Carmel is playing host to Kokomo. All those games available free at iscsportsnetwork.com. Quick check of the stats from quarter number 1. Harrison 4 of 8 from the floor. Avon 4 of 13 from the floor. But Avon is 3 of 7 from three-point range, while the Raiders just 1 of 3 so far.
Well, I think a key stat for Avon, no turnovers. The last game we had against Play, of course, that was game number 1 of the season. You got to keep everything in perspective. But to play a quarter against this defense, no turnovers, that's pretty good.
So the net sits with 2 fouls. And Harrison staying man-to-man with Manette out of the game. Clore in the lane.
That's solid. That can be a big help to Avon if Clore can stay active inside.
First player with multiple field goals in the game for the Orioles. Gonzalez swings at baseline corner for a 3. That does not go. And Brennan Penrod with the rebound.
Great checkout by Avon.
Just a sophomore. Mayberry on the attack. Finds Smith. Score it.
Gorgeous pass inside by Mayberry.
Alonzo Smith's first field goal. Averaging 6 points a game. Orioles now lead it by 5. Trying to find Baker a bucket if you're Harrison. Was touched by Mayberry. Tremp will check back in for Harrison. And for the first time, Mac Haynes won the lineup. Haynes, a 5'11 junior, 3.5 points a contest. Good closeout by Mayberry.
Defense by Avon's been solid.
Baker takes the bump and misses the shot. And the fight for the loose ball, Avon tracks it down. Harrison's been sitting on 11 for a while.
Yeah, they sure have. They need to get something going here. You're Avon again, Greg, with now a 5-point lead. Get a good shot. No need to hurry.
Floor blocked, but tracks it down, and Smith takes a dribble.
Yes, sir.
I don't think Smith realized how open he was when he had the ball. Timeout called by Harrison. Again, we will keep it right here.
Let me tell you something. That's an improved Avon ball club from 3 or 4 games ago. They're talking. The bench is into it. They're making smart passes. They're going inside. They're just not living by the 3. At least right now, tons of improvement so far for Avon.
Smith a big part of it. He is just a sophomore. McClure, Mayberry, Crane, Miller, all guys that got just a little bit of time last year. Orioles went 5-2 in a loaded Hoosier Crossroads Conference last year. They, like some of the other teams, just didn't have an answer for Fishers a season ago, but they were competitive and frankly got wins against most everybody else they played. In that huddle is Corey Taylor. Corey was the temporary coach for 1 year at Ben Davis High School and led them to the state championship game, again losing to Fishers in March of 2024.
Yeah, I think it's a great find for him. He's a bright young new coach. He did a great job with Ben Davis. Has all that winning mentality under his belt from Ben Davis, and boy, at least the early sampling, they're playing solid defense. They're not turning the ball over, doing all those things that really kind of destructed them for the first few games. On the other side, Harris has got to move without the ball. They started out, I thought, moving really well without the ball, then started a little more dribbling and haven't been productive since they kind of went to a little more dribble drive.
And the luxury for Avon is you can leave Manette on the bench. Absolutely. Those 2 fouls.
That's a solid point, because with his fouls, and they have the lead, he ain't going to come off for at least a little while.
So a 6-0 start to the quarter for the Orioles for their second win of the year. Avon's hustle on defense continues. Smith a little too aggressive that time with the hack. You can live with that if you're Corey Taylor and staff.
Boy, Avon just down in his stance, moving their feet, talking, all the things, the fundamentals of basketball, especially defensively, they're doing right now, and it's paying off. Harrison's struggling to really get a clean look.
All of Harrison's points have come from Baker and Henshin so far. Henshin getting a breather. Munjak on the take. Good look that would not go. Schremp and Smith got tied up, and I think Smith has picked up his second foul in quick succession.
I think he got the over-the-back call. He was fighting hard, but unfortunately his position was not real good because he was on the backside of the Harrison player.
Smith picks up his second foul. Again, no Tyrone Elmore tonight. It's their most physical player and second leading scorer. And an illegal screen coming up here against Harrison.
Well, but again for Harrison, Greg, another possession and nothing to show for it.
Henshin back in now for Harrison. Three in the corner, does not go. That's Crane that missed that one. Crane made 2 of his first 3 on the season for the Orioles. Harrison really stretching the floor. Good hands to dig in.
I think
Penrod.
Just too much dribbling. Harrison has really started dribbling a lot, and now they're paying a penalty for it.
5 Harrison turnovers.
They were moving without the ball really clean early. Got to get back to doing that, Greg.
Harrison has yet to score this period. More than 3 minutes in. Good hands by Haynes.
Yep.
At the other end, Baker couldn't hang on to the basketball, then doubles the issue by committing a foul.
Harrison tried to get something in transition, just never really had clean look at it, and then compounds it with a foul.
All right, so Avon will bring Manette back in. They'll probably try to get maybe 2 or 3 minutes out of him and then bring him back to the bench to.
Well, let's face it, he's got to learn to play with 2 or 3 fouls. He just does. I'm sure he's done it already. But there's going to be times when they have to have him, regardless of the foul count.
Good find by Manette. Already the ball's moving quicker for Avon because Manette's back on the floor. Step back for Manette does not go, but Clore on the tip out. And heads up play by Manette.
Yeah, great hustle.
He could probably go back to get it, but just to make sure.
Great hustle.
Manette on the drive off the window.
My. Look the defense off. Got the defense swaying to the left just enough. Laid it in. That's a smart, beautiful play.
His second field goal. It is an 8-0 start to the quarter for Avon against Harrison.
Yep, that's got to be a foul.
Yep,
oh, got to travel.
Well, you mentioned this, Jan, that Avon did not turn the basketball over in the first quarter. Much like kind of the Lures-Rebuff game, Jan, I've got the turnover margin 7-1 at this point.
Yeah.
Those 7 belonging to Harrison.
Well, and a lot of that is Avon's defense. Their defense is causing it's one thing to turn the ball over, but when another team pressure forces turnovers, and that's how I see this one.
Mayberry down the lane. Run it in the floater, just couldn't finish. Haynes leads the charge for Harrison. And Manette was flirting with danger. Slam that one home. Another timeout taken of a 30-second variety by Harrison. I think we may get to see a slam dunk replay here, Jan.
Well, we should, because Avon has played at a complete different level. Now, clearly, they played against a very good Plainfield ball club. But the difference between now and then is remarkable. And this young man, I'm telling you, he has got an upside too. Manette is very, very solid player.
Jordan Schuson, they're singing, somebody's going to dunk a ball on one of these goal cams I put up here, right?
They
right,
should.
There you go. Got it to go with 3:11 left to go in the first half of game number 2. We mentioned that for Harrison again, this is a bit of a step up in competition, and they'll play other teams like this. Like, for example, they're going to play Silver Creek coming up in the Ray Fernie Classic in a couple of weeks. They'll host Kokomo. They'll play host to Mount Vernon at the end of January, and you know that's a good game at B. It's also a chance for Luke Erdl to play in the Lafayette area, which is really cool to see. Terre Haute North goes to Harrison. Terre Haute North was a semi-state team last year. They'll host Zionsville as well. They'll go to Westfield. So, again, Harrison plays a good schedule over the course of the year. This is kind of the first step up as part of that tonight.
I like what Avon's doing right here with this lead. Now you're going to put more pressure on it. I want to see Harrison get back with moving, really moving without the ball. I think that's what they talked about at this timeout. Move, and cut.
Raiders have already burned 2 timeouts here in the first half. Gonzalez able to save it. Miller draws a defensive assignment on Baker. Only Baker and Henshin have scored so far tonight. And they are approaching at least 7 minutes without a bucket. Wing 3 does not go. Miller, good job to collapse down and rebound it.
You can't argue the shot. They really took their time, got a good shot, didn't fall.
Now you're trying to pitch the shutout in this quarter if you're Avon.
You are. That's a bad pass.
That's going to be the end of that. Henshin will lay it up and in.
Yep, got just a little soft the pass. That's what you can't take your foot off the pedal here. You got to continue to be smart.
And that was in the vicinity of 7.5 minutes between points for Harrison. So this is a 9-point game.
Harrison's got to turn some defense into offense, Greg.
And that will be a blocking foul against Jack Gonzalez. Again, Gonzalez as a senior, one of the returning faces from last year's team. Xavier Fidego now will check in.
I would not be the one to draw the assignment to be guarding Manette one-on-one. He is remarkably smooth and quick with his feet and hands. Uh-oh.
But Clore can go track it
yeah,
down.
You're still all right. I thought Harrison might grab that one.
No damage done. The
Nice
slip to
pass.
Miller. Preston Miller with a bucket.
Avon just making smart decision after smart decision.
Baker, good hustle. They had to do it to try to save it, but turnover committed by the Raiders, their 8th.
Well, Harrison's got to regroup a little bit. Avon's pressure, Greg, has really disrupted how they play ball.
And this is an Avon team. If they win like this, they may not be sub 500 for long.
No question.
And their conference, pretty tough. And their other non-conference games aren't easy. Looks like an illegal screen going to be called against Avon. Now they're going against Preston Miller.
Let's take a look at it. They said right there, as they called him with the shoulder, that high ball screen, he didn't stay set. That's what he's saying. If you're going to stay there, you got to stay there. But he kind of moved as he set the screen, and that's a moving screen. That's a good call.
Under a minute to play before halftime. Baker trying to find a sliver of space. Good passing movement, just a missed shot by Jake Shrimp.
Don't go soft. Hit the glass.
Manette cranks up the afterburners. No, but Smith the rebound. And
yes,
one.
sir. Oh, my. Smith playing at a different level right now. He's a lengthy young man anyway, but, Greg, if he plays around the rim like this, it's a complete different Avon club.
And again, because they're so young around Manette, you knew they would almost get better by the week, Jim. Smith connects on the free throw line. He's got 8.
Just a sophomore. Let's put this in perspective.
Yeah, they got several seniors. Their top 4 scorers are seniors, but a lot of juniors and sophomores that get playing time as well. Wow. So Avon has outscored Harrison 15-2 here in the quarter. And the Raiders will hold for 1. Raiders will have the basketball, barring a jump ball, to start quarter number 3. Gonzalez trying to find Baker, a double screen, and banks it in.
Boy, they needed that.
Well, you'll take all the help you can get. That one will come up just a few feet short. But an outstanding half for the Avon Orioles. Harrison unbeaten, Avon unfazed. Orioles lead them by 11. The Breakaway Holiday Classic on ISC and MyIndy TV.
At Peterman, we are raising the bar for home service. We host classes nearly every working day, with thousands of hours of training invested in our field professionals each year. So you know when Peterman shows up, you're about to receive expert care. The holidays are already stressful enough, so when it comes to peace of mind for your home, trust Peterman to get it done. And for a limited time, get a free furnace from us. Visit petermanhvac.com for details and to schedule.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Now, we're a little more studious at halftime than the last game. Last game had Frisbee dogs. This game has the Horizon League quiz, so I feel like Jan and I are entering final study as we come back for the halftime show. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier. 27-16, Avon leading this one. And again, from a record standpoint, this might catch you by surprise. But again, Avon has played a tough schedule. Harrison's schedule gets tougher as it goes. And the Orioles, a young team, are trying to start. You can kind of see they're figuring some things out here, Jan.
Yeah, but it starts with the improvement on the defensive side. Harris likes to shoot the three. They've really not been able to get a clean three for a whole quarter until that last one that was banked in there. So give Avon a ton of credit to their pressure defense. They've really taken Harrison out of the things they're comfortable with.
And when we talk about how, young Avon is, well, frankly, Harrison has kind of flipped their roster too. Again, Baker's a transfer in. Henshin, Clary, Gonzalez all were kind of fringe rotation players last year. But this maybe is kind of almost like the first speed bump that Harrison has hit so far this season. Let's see how they respond in half number 2.
Well, Harrison with 9 turnovers, they're a ball club at just under 12 a game, and so 9 in the first half. That's not normal, but it was because of Avon's really pressure defense that kind of forced some of those turnovers.
Overall, again, you and I were kind of talking about this during the break. This is just a cool atmosphere and a cool building to see high school basketball in.
And this is both the last game was fantastic. This has been really good. Look for Harrison, I think, to make a charge coming out. It's beautiful to see almost a new Avon team, improvements off the charts here early. Still another half to be played. Really, really good basketball.
A second game at the Corteva Coliseum and a second chance on a different question for Wabash College Trivia when we come back. You're watching the Breakaway Holiday Classic in the Corteva Coliseum. Orioles lead the Raiders 27-16. You're watching an ISC and My Indy TV.
We build kids up from the ground up. It's not so much about where you're at.
In most programs in Indiana, it's teams and it's games and it's teams and it's games.
They're playing in a bunch of games and not really having any type of system or structure to their routine, to their development, to their growth.
Trying to find more of a balance, more trainings, less games, skill development, basketball IQ.
Accountability. Once you walk through those doors, energy and effort's on you, the individual.
4 to 5 days a week, really trying to build a player that is prepared for going into their middle schools, going into their high schools and beyond.
You have objective criteria you have to meet to move on to the next class. That gives kids a sense of dedication to work to get towards something.
We're not here chasing rankings. We're trying to develop basketball players.
You should not worry about getting ranked at such a young age.
We're going to push you to limits that you probably didn't know you can get to.
It's about the work ethic and less about the rankings and the notoriety. We want you to get a well-rounded basketball education.
3, 2, 1.
Has the first dunk in the building for Varenzoya. Waits, Waddell finishes and lays it in.
There is right now the play of the game.
Better finish. Good. We might see that on Plays of the Week. Great feed. The finish. Spin, win, 3. Bury it in the lane. No, gun, yes. Stop. Whoa, what a play. Flying in.
Brewer jams it home. That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net. A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness. 122-6-0 for Penn. What a swim. 6 of them.
Back courtside at the Corteva Coliseum, 27-16. Avon leading Harrison in our finale of 4 games today. Let's get to our Wabash College trivia question. Now on Wednesday, I was able to work in the alma mater of one Jan Bozier, that being the Ravens of Anderson University. Jan, I hate to tell you, the Ravens put up a good fight, but they lost today to Wabash by a score of 96-88. So in back-to-back games, the Little Giants scored 101 and 96 points. Jan, you get a true or false question today.
My favorite.
Is 96 points that Wabash has scored against Anderson the most they have scored in 43 meetings with the Ravens? Is that statement true or false?
No, they scored more than that. I'm going to say that's false.
Jan Bozier, unfortunately, at the expense of his alma mater, is correct on this one.
See,
in 1970, Wabash outscored the Ravens 98-96.
Yeah. I always fight for true and false, and every so often you work one in. At least narrows the percentage down a little bit.
A win for Jan, even if it hurts his heart.
Hey, it happens.
That is Wabash College halftime trivia. Schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. With that, let's show you the first half highlights as we run through the scoring. For Avon, it's Alonzo Smith that leads the way with 8. Jedediah Manette with 7. William Clore with 5. Isaiah Mayberry 3. Preston Miller 4. And that's it. For Harrison, just 2 players scored. Baker with 10 and Henshin with 6. Jan, if you are Harrison, what changes do you need to make in half number 2?
Well, I think they went to a little more of a dribble commodity in their offense, and it got them more trouble than it was helping their offense. When they started out moving without the ball and getting Baker off high ball screens, getting him open looks, to me that's when they're the most productive.
2 threes made by Brody Baker and 2 free throws made by Brody Baker. That's it for those categories for the Raiders. In terms of threes, there were 3 total threes made by Avon. 1 for Manette, 1 for Clore, and 1 for Mayberry. Avon attempted 3 free throws. They were all by Alonzo Smith. He would make 2 of them. In terms of turnovers at halftime, 9 for Harrison, 3 for Avon, and those are your numbers from half number 1.
You know, I think a key point in the ballgame, Greg, is when Manette had foul trouble sit down, Avon didn't lose a whole lot. And if they can continue to do that, that is huge because they kind of held serve while he's on the bench.
That is a very cogent point. When we come back, the Raiders will have the basketball. They've got 16 minutes to make up an 11-point deficit in our finale of the Breakaway Holiday Classic as you're watching from the Corteva Coliseum. And you're doing so on ISC and MyIndy TV 23.
Hi, this is Bill with Banks & Brower. No, you're fine. How can I help you?
This is Adam Brower from Banks & Brower. Nah, not busy at all.
You got this, Brad. 1 more mile.
Banks & Brower, this is Brad. No, now's the perfect time to talk.
You never know when trouble will find you.
But when it does, we're here for you anytime. For every hour, there's Banks & Brower.
One more half of basketball left to play. Again, in girls basketball this afternoon here. Bloomington South won convincingly over Bishop Chatard. Floyd Central and McCutcheon. Floyd Central made the regional last year. McCutcheon made the semi-state. Floyd Central won that one. In a really competitive game. Both teams wanted to play zone in the half court, kind of slowed the tempo down. The Highlanders came to town and won that one. Then the earlier boys game for Buff Jesuit outlasted Lure 74-62. Frankly, that game was far more competitive. It really only got to be a double-digit game in the last minute or so of that contest.
Really good game.
From outside of the 4A ranks. And here, Avon looking to hand Harrison their first defeat of the season. Again, Harrison into the weekend, number 17 in the Sagarin ratings. Again, their schedule gets tougher as they go. They face a challenge in the Orioles tonight with Avon leading at 27-16.
I don't think Harrison, they can't get it all back offensively. They've got to force some turnovers. They got to turn some defense into offense. If they cut this thing down to 2 or 3 possessions before fourth quarter, they'll be fine. But they can't pressure. They can't push their offense. Let it come. Be patient. You don't have to get it all back at once.
As I mentioned, 4 games taking place across the ISC family of channels tonight. Carmel is leading Kokomo going to quarter number 4 as the Hounds look to push their record to 5-0 on the season. Of course, Kokomo always a point of reference for Harrison. They'll play each other on January the 16th, but Harrison, Kokomo, Lafayette, Jeff, and McCutcheon now make up a 4-team sectional. And it was that group of 4 that Harrison came from last year to make the regional round for the first time since 1999. And frankly, they got a chance to do it again. They're already a combined 3-0 against Lafayette, Jeff, and McCutcheon.
Greg Harrison will get the ball to start this third quarter. I think it's very important to be smart with the ball, get off to a really good start.
So here we go. And we saw the team that was trailing in our previous game act as if they were shot out of a cannon in game number 1. See if Harrison can repeat. They immediately tried to get a duck in on Baker to get him the basketball, but Mayberry gives the foul.
See, that's a smart pass. Clearly the defender was all over him, and that does nothing but pick up a quick foul on Avon.
You can hear from the bench saying dribble handoff, so Schremp goes the opposite way. Baker runs into the 6'6 Smith, and after a thought, tried him and then thought better of it.
He got down in no man's land.
Manette, good inside out. 3 by Clore. Knew it was short, but followed his own shot. Old school.
That is absolutely old school. 101, follow your shot.
Guys don't do that unless you know it's off. Then you go get it.
That is true.
Which Clore knew was the case. Baker pulls from 16 pretty.
He's got to get comfortable. He's got to get involved. He knows he's going to have some pressure, but he's got to just stay focused.
And again, that's the expectation going into the season. They know that he's going to be the guy that carries the freight for a young and developing Harrison team. He's got far more experience in their player, and an illegal screen going to be called against Avon.
Well, we've had a couple of those in this game. They tried to do those high ball screens, and you got to keep your feet planted. The officials out front will really be picky about that.
Manette picks up his third, but Corey, he's trying to talk Corey into leaving the game, and he's like, no, you're up by 11. You're going to have to sit for a little bit.
And that's just not a foul you want him to get. I mean, he can get some fouls, but a moving screen's not one you want him to get. Well, we'll see how it turns out. 11-point lead for Avon. Manette on the bench. Let's see what happens.
That's what Avon can do defensively. Can they keep shutting down
There you
Harrison?
go. Different offense. They're moving without the ball, and that's what they did early in quarter number 1. I like it when they're moving without the ball.
Backdoor cut for Henshin again. He and Baker, the only players that have scored so far for the Raiders. On the season, they combined for 30 of their 65. Clore gets downhill, and then Miller throws it away.
Bad pass. Here's the defense to offense. Can they cash in?
Yeah, Baker on the attack. Didn't finish. Looked for contact. Didn't get it. And now numbers for Avon. This is Riley Crane. Clore in the corner for 3. No.
Good rebound by Harrison.
What you don't want to do if you're Avon without Manette on the floor is speed the game up.
Absolutely. That's a great point. You got to, and that's what I was talking about tempo early on, Greg. You got to play different tempos without Manette than when you have him.
Pretty move by Henshin to lay it up and in. And a timeout taken
There
by
you go.
Avon.
There you go.
Down to a 7-point lead. Let's see if this is a 30 or a full. Going to be taken by Corey Taylor. It is a full timeout. We will take it with them. Harrison working their way back in it on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chillywater Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the IC Sports Network.
We say hello to those of you, especially watching from the Harrison perspective, that might have understood want to watch the Purdue game first. They didn't have much trouble with Auburn today, winning 88-60. Here, Harrison has had a bit of trouble, but they're starting to get back in the right direction. They trail Avon 29-22 early in the third quarter.
Greg, I want to go back to that point you made about playing without Manette. When he's in there, it's a different offense. It's a different tempo. I think that's a very solid point, and they have to recognize what they can do with him and what they can do without him.
Manette sits with 3 fouls. He sat for a good chunk of the first half with 2. Clore able to recover from his mistake. He and Miller a good connection as Clore wasn't set for the pass. And now a basket here can make it a 2-score game. And the layup is good for Evan Munjak.
Munjak goes strong, 6'4", can play strong. Harrison, Greg, really coming out, playing well.
Down to a 5-point game. Remember, Harrison didn't score for the first 6 minutes of the second quarter. Had just 2 field goals in total in quarter number 2. Already 8 points since halftime. Avon doing a good job of sharing the basketball. They do not need to be in a hurry. Miller up and under, got it.
Nice patience. That falls right into what we were talking about. They may need to take a couple extra passes without Manette in there.
A bucket by Munjak for Harrison the last time down the floor. Just the 3rd different player to score for Harrison tonight. Crane got walloped on a screen by Munjak. He's still trying to figure it out. You see him kind of trying to stretch that lower back out. Manette will come back in. Next stoppage in play. Munjak knew he was stuck and had nowhere to go. And also he's going to run a 3-second call to get rid of the basketball.
Yeah, that got to help him out there a little bit. He was in no man's land, but the last thing you wanted right there if you're Harrison was a turnover.
Get a little more size than maybe Harrison has faced so far this year. 6'6" and 6'4", and that's without Elmore playing tonight, who is 6'5" for Avon. Good hands.
Talked about defense to offense. Can they cash in?
Clary got bumped by Mayberry after Mayberry turned it over.
Clary with very quick hands, and he does that on the defensive pressure. Gets a little tap and then was able to steal it.
Clary's been quiet tonight. He averages 8 points a game. We have not called his name much. Munjak again on the attack. Mayberry has Baker.
Much dribbling.
Knocked away.
Don't like the dribbling, Greg.
11 Harrison turnovers.
Don't like the pass either.
6 Avon turnovers. And those numbers starting to creep up for Avon after limiting those in half number 1. Larry will have a seat for Harrison. Fidego back in there. He played briefly at the end of the first half. Baker left alone for a moment. Missed it. And touched last by Avon. Baker again takes a moment, misses.
Wow, that was a really nice ran out of bounds play. Got him open, he just couldn't nail it, but I really like that out of bounds play.
Seven-point lead on the ball for the Orioles. Manette, right idea, just Couldn't find the right place to lay that off.
Both teams kind of got out of rhythm a little bit here, Greg.
More turnovers for Avon in this quarter than the entire first half. And Baker, like where his head's at. If you miss 2 3-pointers, what do? Get downhill. Right idea by Baker.
Yeah, I completely agree. He's had to really work hard to get open tonight.
And again, frankly, he is going to be the target of every scouting report for every team that
Yeah.
Harrison plays this year. And Harrison will play Shortridge down in the Ray Fernie Classic at Lawrenceburg. That is on January the 2nd and 3rd. Baker on the drive, left it short. He's had some good looks that have not fallen.
Yeah, he's just had that kind of that game where a few things just have not rolled his way.
And they're going to get Smith on the screen. So Smith with his 3rd foul. I think he thought the contact was the other direction.
That was the end of that discussion, wasn't it?
And again, courtside, we can hear every conversation.
I love it. That's taking control of the game. That's excellent officiating. I love it.
Our officials tonight, by the way, Jared Pollock, Chris Tolliver, James Sarver. And his official space said, "You're moving.
You're
with
moving,
him."
and it's not up for discussion.
So fouls starting to become a factor here for Avon. And they have not went deep into their roster tonight. Manette read it. He's got to dunk at one end. A better dunk at
And
this end.
that's the Manette factor. It's as much defense, Greg, as it is offense.
Henshin did cross the baseline. Back-to-back giveaways by Harrison. How about the Orioles, Jan? They're sitting on holding Harrison to 24 points with less than 10 minutes to go in the game. Clore, well done. Ash Modisett. First time we have called his name tonight. Baker on the drive.
There you go. Get the roll.
And a timeout taken by Mark Reinhardt of Harrison.
That young man's working his tail off to score. Give it to him.
And it is of the full variety, so let's step aside as well. $1:27 to play in the 3rd quarter. Avon's lead is 7 on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Looking for the perfect place to celebrate? Look no further. Grindstone on the Monon has it all. Indulge in our exceptional cuisine and handcrafted cocktails. And for that extra touch of magic, enjoy our enchanting outdoor area complete with a cozy fireplace. Make every occasion special at Grindstone on the Monon, located on Wheeler Road in Westfield. Cheers to great times and great food.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Jedediah Manette cleared for takeoff and in your living room.
He brings too much to a ball game. His handling, his defense is really solid, and when he's in there, it's just a different Avon ball club. It just is. Now, they've played reasonably well without him in this game, but no arguing when he's in there. It's another level.
And Avon will take on Perry Meridian next Saturday. And then we'll face either Muncie Central or at Bloomington South, and Bloomington South's holiday get-together. And the Orioles are off the following weekend. They'll go play at Cascade in the opening round of the Hendricks County Tournament.
Harrison needs to stop. They've clawed back to get this thing a little closer. If they can get it stopped, they'll be just fine. Oh, got him reaching.
On Modisett.
Yeah, got him reaching. Anticipated the steal, Greg, but way too much contact on that. Good call by the official. Excellent officiating crew.
Manette comes back to the ball to track it down. Clary has returned to the lineup for Harrison. It was 11 at halftime. Harrison has made it closer. Really haven't threatened just yet. Manette off the window, no. Great rebound by Manette, and he is fouled hard. Rough landing for Manette. Hopefully hop back up.
Did you see the elevation? You had to see the elevation.
Oh,
yes. you had to see that elevation right there. Wow.
He went and got it.
Yes, he did. There's one. There's two. But my word, are both teams playing hard.
Manette with 9. Make it 10. First Avon player in double figures. Modisett will check out as Shrimp returns. And Manette makes them both.
Yep, really good rotation on the ball with his free throws.
Mayberry will check in. They may go a little offense, defense for Manette.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Got to play the foul game with him. Don't want him to get any more, but still want to get utilization out of him.
I would imagine they'd bring him back in either if they get a stoppage for the next possession.
That's good coaching.
Or to start the fourth quarter. Haynes back out there now for Harrison. Don't think the Raiders will hold for one here. Henson just trying to find an open window. Clary on the drive, no. And Miller will track it down. And Miller throws the brakes on. Avon will have possession of the ball to start the fourth quarter as well. Mayberry somehow splits two defenders. Finds Crane for 3.
Beautiful offense.
Who buries it.
Wow, was that pretty.
And Avon wins the third quarter. And they'll take a 12-point lead to quarter number 4. At the Breakaway Holiday Classic, it's Avon 38 and Harrison 26. We're back in 60 seconds on ISC and MyIndy TV. Back inside the Corteva Coliseum, Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you. Avon trying to add to their winning its Tech from last Friday night as their second win of the season. Harrison trying to remain unbeaten here at the Breakaway Classic. Thanks for joining us all day long on the ISC Sports Network. Avon's led by double digits for a good chunk of this game. Jan, how do they keep it up?
Well, I think the stat, it's not a stat, is how they're playing defense. When you're holding this team to 26, their defense, they being Avon, helping, quickness, trapping, rebounding, just really controlling all those facets has really made it difficult for Harris to get clean looks.
And frankly, that has not been necessarily the case through the course of the season so far for Avon. They've allowed 79, 66, 56, and then Brownsburg beat them 67-57 last night.
Now, the question will be, can they do that for 4 quarters? Harrison's got to find something from their defense, and then they've got to be efficient on offense, Greg. Here we go, quarter four.
As expected, Manette back in the lineup immediately now for Avon. And he plays with 3 fouls. Smith plays with 3 fouls. Smith, the runner.
Oh
my goodness.
He's going to be a player. He's already a player, but he's got the length and he's agile with the ball, Greg. I see him can be something special if he works hard.
I'm not sure he knew he was capable of that move when it started, frankly.
That's an impossible shot to block, is what it is.
Good answer by Clary. That is his first bucket of the game.
They got to get their confidence back and really attack on the offensive glass, or on the offensive side, I should say. Move, get a good shot, Harrison.
Backdoor cut by Crane, touched last by Baker. No need to be in a hurry if you're Avon. Smith, not that time, but they're going to get Schremp with the pull down. Clore earns the foul and keeps the possession alive for Avon.
Let's take a look here. Here's the jump shot. Just a little push with that left arm.
Manette from the corner, yes.
Bingo. You're starting to really see confidence build on this Avon side.
Largest lead now, 15. Schremp turns with a jump hook. Good looking shot that would not go.
Boy, it was a good shot, a little short. This could be a problem.
Clore all the way down, no.
Uh-oh.
Smith nearly got whistled for a fourth. Instead, it's a turnover against Avon.
Greg Harrison's starting to get in no man's land here. They got to dig, and they got to dig hard.
Baker. Manette got him off the spot. Baker made it anyway.
That was a must. That's a big-time shot right there. They had to have that.
Timeout by Harrison. We'll see if it's a full timeout or a 30-second timeout. It looks like it is a full, and with that, we'll step aside again. 6:11 left to play in this one. Orioles need to buy a dozen. You're watching an ISC in My Indy TV.
We've been using Hope for years for our plumbing. Everybody who comes out is always super fun, friendly, helpful. And now that they are Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and they offer both HVAC and plumbing, it's a one-stop shop, a mom of 5 kids, makes my life so much easier.
You may not think much about unclogging a drain. To us, it's sort of an art, a mastery. We take on that clog with zest, strength, and intelligence to make sure your pipes are flowing and your home is as safe as possible. We're basically superheroes.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We say hello to those of you that might have been watching Carmel and Kokomo on the ISC Sports Network this evening. Carmel, a 68-48 win in that game.
Congratulations, Greyhounds.
Evan Harrell, 28 points after having 22 last night. And he certainly is making his case to be an Indiana All-Star as the Bellarmine-bound senior.
Greg Harrison, 11 points, 5 points, and 10 points in 3 quarters.
Just haven't gotten the offense going. Credit Avon for how they have played. Heads up play by Crane. He was slipping, got rid of the basketball. Manette on the attack.
That's what he does that others cannot.
16 for Jedediah Manette. And right now, Harrison is not anywhere getting close to getting stops. Can't just trade buckets when you're down by 14. But this is a game that'll make Harrison better.
No question.
The first time they have played in 12 years, these two former conference foes. Gonzalez pulls and got hit on the arm. So Jack Gonzalez will get 2.
Well, the best thing Harrison can do right now is find a way to get to the free throw line, stop the clock, and cut into this lead. No question about the call. Get him on that right elbow.
Gonzalez 3 points and 2 rebounds a game so far this season. And connects. And it has been a limited free throw game.
Yeah, it really has.
These are free throws 3 and 4 for Harrison. You think Avon has shot more, you're right. They've shot 5. Gonzalez makes them both. Spencer Snap will check in for the first time for Harrison.
Full court pressure now, Greg, by Harrison. Let's see how Avon handles it.
They'll go smaller going to this press. Crane finds Mayberry, finds Manette.
That's exactly
finds
how you
Smith
break it.
by his lonesome, who missed it. Manette does not.
It's exactly how you break a press, by passing, not by dribbling.
18 for Manette. And that's with sitting for some chunks of this game due to fouls. Henshin. And 1. Good job to square his body, force the foul on Smith.
That inside position. Take a look right here. Go up strong, and he does. Gets the bucket, which is huge, and stops the clock and get just another step closer, a little bit at a time, Greg, is what you got to do here.
And that foul is doubly important because that's the 4th on Smith. So he'll come out. Smith with 10 tonight. Never replaces him.
Greg, he's been a difference too. He's played very well. He's lengthy. He did some things in the middle that really weren't stat oriented, but he by far, I think, has played his best game to date.
Manette on the dish to Miller. Was last touch by Gonzalez.
Been a good game, though. Both teams played hard, have been playing hard.
5-second violation to get rid of it in time.
Good defense by Harrison. You chip away at this a little bit at a time here. You get something here, Greg, and all of a sudden it's under 10 for the first time in a while. Got to get it right here.
Chance to bring it back to a single-digit deficit. That was the 10th Avon turnover. Baker finds a sliver of space and misses it. Good battle by Schremp. Floor touched it last.
Well, it's been that kind of night for him. That thing was way in and just would not go through.
Well, he has had few easy shots. He still has scored 17, which is right at his average.
Yeah, he was pretty well guarded on that shot. Avon continues to pressure all the way past the arc.
Henshin slips to Gonzalez. Good read.
Pass. Gorgeous pass. They needed that.
Well, the role player's starting to get buckets, but again, right now for Harrison, it's about getting stops. That's what's needed.
Under 10. Still in this thing. Got to get a stop.
Clore fires a 3, and I'm not sure. Again, he's made one of those. I'm not sure that's what they were really looking for there.
This could be huge. Get a good shot if you're Harrison.
Foul on Crane. It's been such a limited foul game. We're nowhere close to the bonus yet. Avon still has another foul left to give. Schremp, and that's on Manette. That's 4.
That's 4, yep. They run that out of bounds play where they just screen, rotate, screen.
You are now kind of trying to finish this game on pins and needles if you're Avon. Because your 2 best players tonight both have 4 fouls.
Boy, if you're Harrison and pull this thing out, what a comeback. If you're Avon and lose this, it's a devastating loss to a really good game you played.
Well, again, frankly, Harrison has found ways to win games this year, and Avon has gone the opposite direction.
Sure has. That's a good point.
And like we said, Harrison now has been 500 or better 11 years in a row. Even though these guys are awfully new to the process for Harrison, you have that belief kind of ingrained in you.
Down to 7 now.
It's as close as it has been.
Yes, sir.
For most of this half.
Love the grip by Harrison. Love it.
Catch and shoot 3
Oh,
Manette.
my. That's where you go to.
You don't mind him taking that 3.
No.
That's your guy.
Well, we talked about that in the opening. Those are the guys who do those types of things.
Manette's got 21. Miller was trying to set up the run out, but instead it led to a Baker open 3. And what you feel about Manette's 3 at the other end, so what you felt about Baker's 3 at that end, and now a timeout taken by Avon.
That's one of the few clean looks. He's been guarded close all game.
We will keep it here with 3:33 left to play. Tonight's game is brought to us in part by Brady Laurie and Laurie Law. Brady has been serving the citizens of Marion, Johnson, and surrounding counties for over 25 years. If you or someone you know is in criminal trouble or has been injured, make the call to Brady for a consultation. Let Brady put his negotiating skills and courtroom experience to work for you. Call 317-250-7783 or email bradyjlaurie@gmail.com. Brady Laurie, your criminal defense and personal injury trial lawyer.
Greg, we highlighted in the keys of the game, number 1, Baker, Manette. They've not been disappointing.
They've got 20 and 21, respectively.
Yeah.
The Stars have come to shine tonight here at the Breakaway Holiday Classic.
It's been so much fun. The basketball has been outstanding. This has been such a delight. I love it when you come to games and both teams are playing so hard, working hard on defense. Both coaches are, in the last game and this game, it just really makes it so fun to call and watch. It's been really, really good. Still plenty of time with 3:33. The lead to 7. Can Harrison find a few more stops, Grade, defensively? It's where it's going to come. And the other key for Harrison, 1 shot. Got a rebound.
Another final score to pass along to you. Ben Davis beats Brownsburg tonight by a score of 66-49. Ben Davis lost their first 2 games and then didn't play for 3 weeks. Had a couple of holes in their schedule this year. But they beat Warren Central and Brownsburg in back-to-back games. Good job against the press. Smith back in with 4 fouls.
Pass through the press, don't dribble.
Manette stays on the floor with 4 fouls. Good on good here. Manette guarded by Baker. Just about a 5-second call. Just
got out
spaced
of it.
enough.
Bad pass by Manette.
Bucket here makes it a 2-score game, which is as close as it's been in some time.
This is a key possession for Harrison.
Doesn't have to be a 3, it has to be points. Henshin gets downhill. Shrimp in the lane.
Got
Good
it.
look.
Beautiful look. Patience key that time for Harrison. Got a wonderful look. 5-point ball game.
Shrimp's first field goal of the game. He had 2 free throws as well. Can Avon hang on? Manette got grabbed by Henshin.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to get him before he got up, but Manette is such an explosive leaper. He was already in the air by the time that Henshin kind of grabbed his arm.
I don't think there's no question about the foul. Avon coaching staff says before the shot, the official, I have to go with on the shot. Sure looked like it after a couple looks, looked like it from the get-go. Now it doesn't matter.
Manette now 3 of 3 from the line tonight. This makes it a 3-score game. Manette likes to go with no dribbles at the free throw line. He is such a natural shooter, that's not a surprise. And an illegal screen. Running it Shrimp.
Well, they've been consistent. If it's that high ball screen moving again, they've called that all game. I didn't see it, but that's where he was standing when I looked over there. Got to keep those feet planted if you're going to screen.
You don't play the foul game just yet if you're Harrison, and you've got a foul to give. And then Clore took an extra step. The teams exchange giveaways. We come out of the closing stretch of this one. And double screen for Baker. Both players jump it. Just enough space and connects for three.
Off that high ball screen. Boy, he timed that beautifully. Harrison goes high ball screen top, and he has just enough time to nail that. Take a look right here real quick. There's your high ball screen, and you got to be a quick shooter to get that off, and he's one of those.
And that's off against a 6'4" player in Clore that could not get to him in time. Baker now sitting on 23 points. So for Baker, began the game with a three. He has made 4 threes in total tonight. Tonight's game on ISC and MyNDTV brought to us by Nathan Begley of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the dedicated Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance agent like Nathan Begley to help guide you through the insurance process. You'll never have to go it alone. Talk to Nathan in person, online, over the phone at 317-507-7871 or stop by his office at 9821 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Nathan Begley and Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's insurance together.
Greg, you got to be more than just a three-point shooter. In this case, you have to be a quick three-point shooter because you literally have just seconds. By the time he has that high ball screen, but the defense recovers or he gets around, you got to be able to get that shot off. And he's one of those players who can really get it off in a hurry.
Listen, I think Baker and Manette are both Division I level talents that we are seeing playing in this game. Baker just a junior, Manette is a senior. And still a foul to give if you're Harrison.
Really good pressure by Harrison.
Foul, give it. Again, that was the one to give. Second foul on Gonzalez. Manette wisely let the ball go into the backcourt.
Yep, good decision. Established his court in the back.
Did not touch the ball first. Here comes the help. It's going to be a timeout given to Avon. Be a 30-second timeout again. We'll keep it right here. And stay tuned. We'll have brief post-game coverage. We'll have our Indiana Physical Therapy Player of the Game we will award. And I think you know who's going to win it depending on which team wins the game.
Well, listen, you hate to see either team lose. It's been a fantastic, fantastic ball game. Both teams have the ability, and I think they're both, regardless whether they win or lose, going to get better because of this game. Because you've seen some things already within this game they've improved on. I think Harrison coming out of halftime has played a much better half in the second half offensively. They had some things stymie and made some adjustments and figured out what they could do and got it done. Now they still are down. They still got a couple possessions, but really, really good half so far for Harrison.
Frankly, you and I will see Kokomo in a couple of weeks because we get to be a part of the Phil Cox Memorial Tournament at Kokomo. That championship game, by the way, on MyNDTV on December the 30th. And I bring that up with Harrison because I think those are the two best teams in that sectional. So we'll kind of a better gauge of that in a couple of weeks.
Bad pass.
Flaring, the steal, and the finish, and it's a two-point game.
How about that? That was not a good pass at all. Under a minute, Greg. Who's going to pull this baby out?
Mayberry into the front court. Smith, a bobble. And a foul given by Shrimp. They'll send Smith to the line, who is 2 of 3 tonight. And probably of the players on the floor, that's probably who you wanted to send to the line. Shrimp picks up his 5th. So Shrimp's night is done. Exits with 4 points. Munjak will come in to replace him. Smith with 10. He is the other double-digit scorer other than Manette. And Manette has really carried the freight in this fourth quarter, which you would expect for Avon's best player and most experienced player. Smith, no problem.
Yep. Well, this one's key because it'll make it a two-possession game. Still tons of time. This could make it a little more interesting, though, if he can get this one here for Avon. Got
Makes
it.
them both, no problem.
Yep.
Two-possession game. Avon picks up full court just to make Harrison take a little more time off the clock.
Got to get something here.
Baker off the double screen, no, and Manette hustles back to get it. Mayberry. And got bailed out because he was walking through a minefield there for a moment.
That's a pretty good description.
Munjak gives the foul, and Mayberry will shoot two.
Comes down to hitting free throws now, Greg.
Well, frankly, Avon, Harrison, Lures, and Brebeuf, maybe not teams that were on a lot of folks' radar coming into this event tonight, but all four solid basketball teams.
Yeah, they really are.
Mayberry's fourth point came in averaging 8.5 a game.
You know, I think Mayberry's been solid. I missed that one there, but the overall game has been very solid for him.
5-point game, 30 seconds left to go. Baker, again, enough space. Misses that one. Saved, but again, time is running. And a foul given. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Smith. That's his 5th. It is. So Smith fouls out with 20 seconds left to go. Miller will come in to replace him. Munjak into the weekend, 3 of 4 from the line.
Well done, young man. I thought he played very well in this game.
Needs to make both of these. And misses that one.
Oh, my. Got to have these.
And as a team, Harrison 71% from the line. Modisett will check in for Munjak if he makes the second. Modisett in, Munjak has a seat. Both teams have a player that is fouled out in tonight's game. Manette gets rid of it. Crane can't track it down.
Well, hopes are still alive here. Not a lot of time, still 2 possessions, Greg.
So Modisett will check back out. Munjak will come back in. Timeouts. One Asano Harrison can make a bucket and stop the clock.
Yep. They need to get it relatively quickly.
Avon doing a great job of making Harrison take time off the clock. Henshin on the drive, scores it. Harrison, though, they think they're out of timeouts. I think they had one left, and that's that. Avon does not have to touch it, and that is the end of the game. Avon wins it 55-53. A great one here at the Corteva Coliseum. We'll come back with post-game coverage next on ISC and MyIndy TV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
We've been using Hope for years for our plumbing. Everybody who comes out is always super fun, friendly, helpful. And now that they are Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and they offer both HVAC and plumbing, it's a one-stop shop. A mom of 5 kids makes my life so much easier.
You may not think much about unclogging a drain. To us, it's sort of an art, a mastery. We take on that clog with zest, strength, and intelligence to make sure your pipes are flowing and your home is as safe as possible. We're basically superheroes.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
The Breakaway Holiday Classic is officially in the books. Really four good matchups and 3 tremendous games that played out today. The last one goes the way of the Avon Orioles, winning it by a score of 55-53 against the Harrison Raiders. Tonight's game on ISC and by NDTV, presented by Banks and Brower. For every hour, there's Banks and Brower. By Get 8 Sports. By Galitko and Daly, we go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By Hope Plumbing. By the Horizon League. By Indiana Physical Therapy. By Nathan Begley of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's insurance together. By Intangible. By the Old Fort Baseball Company. By Peterman Brothers. By SI Design. By Social Cantina. By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Eurostyle Basketball Academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College. Schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. Jan, your thoughts on this one?
Well, Avon and Harrison both got better tonight. I do know that. Avon needed the win, got it. Harrison with their first loss. Avon led at every quarter. Didn't always lead by a lot, but they led at the fourth quarter by 2, and that's all it took. I thought it was an outstanding game. Avon has improved dramatically, and I thought Harrison played very, very well in that second half.
It was 12 at the end of the third quarter. Harrison would whittle it all the way down to 2 before this one came to its conclusion. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have our player of the game brought to us by Indiana Physical Therapy and conclude a full day of basketball from the Corteva Coliseum. You're watching the Breakaway Holiday Classic on ISC and My Indy TV.
At Peterman, we are raising the bar for home service. We host classes nearly every working day, with thousands of hours of training invested in our field professionals each year. So you know when Peterman shows up, you're about to receive expert care. The holidays are already stressful enough, so when it comes to peace of mind for your home, trust Peterman to get it done. And for a limited time, get a free furnace from us. Visit PetermanHVAC.com for details and to schedule.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Back for a final time after 4 games today here at the Breakaway Holiday Classic. Our final game was a good one. Well, frankly, most of them were 55-53. Avon beats Harrison. Our final piece of hardware is our player of the game, brought to us by Indiana Physical Therapy. And that nod goes to Jedediah Manette of Avon, who'd finished with 23 points.
Yeah, no question about it. They're just a different level when he's in there. But the key, I thought, today is they played pretty well without him. But when he comes in, everything changes. His speed, his quickness, and we don't talk enough about how good he is defensively.
2 threes and 2 highlight reel dunks like that one make him an easy choice as our player of the game. Well, congratulations to Avon. They pick up their second win of the season. They are now 2-3. Harrison suffers defeat for the first time as they move to 5-1 on the campaign. Avon fans, we may see your team in the championship game of the Hendricks County Tournament. If we don't, we'll most certainly see them at Carmel on February the 14th. Harrison fans, next time we will likely see your team would be in the regional rounds. Good luck making it back there for a second consecutive season. Partner, as always, thanks for the time.
Merry Christmas to you.
Happy holidays to you and the family, because Jan and I will see each other again coming up the following week, as in the week of December the 29th. For our entire ISC Sports Network crew and Jan Bozier, this is Greg Rakestraw. Avon and Buff, your winners on the boys' side tonight in the Breakaway Holiday Classic. Thanks for joining us on ISC and My Indy TV.
We've been using Hope for years for our plumbing. Everybody who comes out is always super fun, friendly, helpful. And now that they are Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and they offer both HVAC and plumbing, it's a one-stop shop, a mom of 5 kids. It makes my life so much easier.
You may not think much about unclogging a drain. To us, it's sort of an art, a mastery. We take on that clog with zest, strength, and intelligence to make sure your pipes are flowing and your home is as safe as possible. We're basically superheroes.